Cavs reserve Rodney Hood reportedly refused to play in Cleveland's closeout of the Raptors. The Athletic reported Tyronn Lue summoned Hood with 7.5 minutes left and the Cavaliers up by 30, only to have Hood decline to get off the bench. According to ESPN, Hood has apologized to GM Kobe Altman, and there won't be any punishment handed down. Guys, other than in an injury situation, is it ever okay to say no to your head coach about coming into a game?
Which answer do you want?
You know what? We both have been there, you know, where it comes down to it. And for me, it's tough. Late in the game, you're up 30, you checked out. I mean, so we see both sides of this. You know, if you're a free agent.
Somebody's got to play.
I think at the stage of his career, it's not okay.
It's not acceptable right now because he's a free agent. So you got to show them that I'm all in. And you have to be ready to play, whether it's 7 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds. I've been there before. I had to go and I'm like, man, what am I going to be able to do in this minute?
Right, but in these situations,
7 minutes?
Yeah, but in these situations, T, as you know, as a veteran player, if you're as old as we are and the coach asks you to go in at that point, coaches are even smart enough to know I can't put my veteran in that position.
Sure.
But for a young player in his third or fourth year,
you have no other choice.
You have no other choice but to go in the game and be professional and play the minutes.
All right, LeBron James, on the other hand, is playing, and he's playing a lot, and playing at an otherworldly level. After becoming the oldest to lead the league in minutes during the regular season, he's been on the floor for an additional 4 minutes a game or so, and loading the franchise on his back. Derek, have you ever seen LeBron better than he's been lately?
It's hard to say yes. I mean, we'll see, I guess, if it ends up in championship success. But in terms of his individual play, the level of efficiency, how he's been able to sustain himself and his team.
Some of the shot making in Game 3 in particular.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really changed is he's getting to the rim at a high clip, which he's always done.
Right. But
some of the turnaround jumpers, you know, the step back jumpers, those are things that he is more efficient at than I've ever seen him before. And obviously the peak of athletes in terms of age is getting later and later. We see Tom Brady in football still being great at late ages. And LeBron seems to have found that sweet spot as a basketball player where it's all come together for him. And we're fortunate to watch what he's doing, this sustained level of excellence.
And he's had the luxury in these 2 rounds of not really having anyone go at him. So he's a lot fresher than people think he is. And he's smart enough to know when he needs to take his breaks and know when he needs to be aggressive. But what's made him the best player in the world is that he's taking great care of his body. In his 15 years, he very seldom misses games. And right now, he knows his teammates and everyone in that city, they thrive on what he does on the court. And he's been exceptional in making sure not only getting himself involved, but he makes sure his teammates are also involved because he knows he needs their help in order to win series and also to advance to a Eastern Conference Finals.
He'll be well rested for his 8th straight conference finals, whoever it turns out to be.